Graham Wright goes to Carlton, Jeff Brown steps down. Let's talk about it. So welcome to another Swoop video on location. I'm in Glasgow now. It is 12:30. I had to get out of bed for this, but no rest for the wicked, as they say. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Nice and quick video today. We'll talk about Graham Wright. We'll talk about Jeff Brown. We'll also talk about some news about Graham Wright's leaving and his tumultuous relationship with Craig Kelly. I've had this corroborated by a media journal that I trust, so let's talk about it. So we'll start with Jeff Brown. So Jeff Brown today came out and said that he's not seeking re-election at the end of his tenure, which is this year. So there's going to be that AGM at the end of this year where he would have, if he wanted to be re-elected for president, he would have gone up and then people would have re-elected him. So he's not going to extend his stay as president. We know that he's been through cancer and stuff, but he is in remission. He said he is doing really well. It's just taking a toll on him, so he wants to focus on his health and stuff, which is absolutely fair enough. So we're looking for a new president and a new GM of football. Now, Jeff Brown, I know I was years ago very against him coming on board, how he came on board. I was very vocal about it on social media. There's still people that hate me because of it, which is fair enough, I guess. Well, not really fair enough, but you know, it is what it is. Everyone has their own sort of opinion. So I was very against Jeff Brown and stuff, but the work he's been able to do for the club, and you know, bringing us to that 100,000 members that he said from the start of his career, the relationship with the AFL that he's given us, he's been one of the best presidents that we've had. Obviously, I've really only seen Eddie Maguire, and I've only heard about the other presidents, but Jeff Brown, for all intents and purposes, has done so well, and in only 3 years, and he's not forcing himself to stay on, which I really love. And he will get someone new. And the thing is, back in August, The Age came out and said they had this article about Jeff Brown saying that he probably won't seek re-election and he'll leave within 12 months. And that came true. He's going to leave within a couple of months since that Age article in August. They also named Barry Karp as his successor. So Barry and Renee, who are also up for re-election, were a part of the Jeff Brown trio when they came to the club and when they were seeking that election for the board all those years ago. So Barry Karp is looking likely the next successor. And Jeff Brown also said that he wouldn't leave the club unless he knew that we were in a good position. So I know there's all this Graham Wright talk and all this Craig Kelly, blah, 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 but it sounds like we must be in a good position if he's not even giving it 12 months, he's leaving now. So Jeff, thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for helping us get that premiership. And I know you're not going to watch this, but I know bit of a tumultuous start to your tenure by me with everything you're saying. But yeah, appreciate everything you've done. Now, Graham Wright. Graham Wright is moving to Carlton. He's going to be the deputy CEO for a year under Brian Cook, and then he will be the new CEO of the Blues, which is good for the Blues. This is an amazing get. This is an amazing opportunity for Graham Wright to be a CEO of a club, which is what he wanted to be. We talked about it just the other day about this sort of news and where he's sort of going and stuff. It's a bit of a kick in the teeth to go to see a premiership hero and someone who brought so much success to our club go to the Blues. I wish him all the best. I don't wish the Blues the best, but I wish Graham Wright the best. I don't know if that works out. But let's talk about what I've heard and what's been corroborated with me. Now, it all started about 12 or so months ago. Graham Wright wanted to be Collingwood's next CEO because he knew that Craig Kelly was going to step down. At the time, Craig Kelly didn't want to step down, so Collingwood said, look, we'll give you 12 months off, and here's a beefed up role with like list management, GM of footy, and all these other sort of things. And he said no to it. And there's obviously that strain between Craig Kelly and that strain between Graham Wright as well there. So they clashed heads a little bit. Craig Kelly, from what I've been told, is a bit of a cowboy with the way that he goes about appointing people without talking to people. So he appointed Brendan Bolton to the GM of football without telling anybody. And that sort of infuriated people. Craig Kelly internally came out and said that he he did make a mistake because he is a little bit out of his depth there. Brendan Bolton and Justin Leppich clash heads a lot. Brendan Bolton is looking to move back into the assistant coaching role, and that's why we're looking for a new GM of footy. There's also that huge sort of rumor that Leppich was going to Essendon, and from what I've been told from the same person, is that he had an absolute godfather deal to get to Essendon. But like I talked about in the previous video with Dan Houston and the little dominoes that sort of fall, with Graham Wright saying that he didn't want that beefed up role, which was that list management, which was that general manager of football, because he wanted that CEO role, it gave us the opportunity to separate Leppich and Bolton and put Leppich in that list management role because he wanted to transition out of coaching, which he would have done at Essendon for that godfather role. So now Leppich is head of list management and that's those sort of strategies. And the positive for him taking this role is that he doesn't get to work with Brendan Bolton. Now, obviously take all this with a grain of salt. I have had it corroborated, but it's not corroborated by inside sources, so it's still all hearsay. But that's pretty much it for the updates. I just wanted to give you a quick update on that, my thoughts, and a little bit of that little bit of hearsay. I still think if it's not 100% true, I still believe it's about 85, 90% true from what I've been hearing, from what people have been telling me. But again, not inside club sources. So again, take it with a grain of salt. You know I don't like sort of putting stuff out there unless I can get that corroboration. So I'm just giving this as a grain of salt sort of thing. But there is a lot of change at the Pies, especially this off-field stuff. A new GM we're needing and a new president now. I think the presidency will be showing up in, obviously, December it needs to be, but it sounds like we do have that Barry Carp coming through and he will be the next president of the Pies, and it'll be an easy transition. He will bring his own sort of way of dealing with it that Jeff Brown didn't, so that's going to be an interesting sort of dynamic as well, seeing how Barry works. But yeah, the Graham Wright news threw me a little bit. We kind of saw it coming for the last couple of days. Again, good on him. But yeah, far out. It's going to be an interesting off season. More Dan Houston news, I assume, will come out soon. Gold Coast. So keep updated. It is nearly 1 o'clock now, so I am going to go to bed. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll sweep you later.